Good evening, Namaskar all. I would like to welcome all the viewers who are joining us live today for this third series of Facebook Live program. Today's topic is electrical engineering and its perspective in Industry 4.0. We have present today our joint coordinator amongst us, Professor Monalisa Datta.
Good evening, namaskar, as well as welcome to the speaker, as well as all the audience present in today's live.
I heartily welcome our today's expert, Professor Dr. Ayindrila Roy.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar. Thank you to both the madams for giving me this opportunity as a speaker in today's program. Thank you, madam.
Namaskar, Ayindrila. I heartily welcome you to this program. Ma'am, we are constantly hearing the term Industry 4.0. So, can you brief the young students what is Industry 4.0?
Definitely, madam. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. But before explaining Industry 4.0, I would just like to ask you and all the viewers who are present over here that nowadays we are finding an extensively use of internet. Is it possible for us to imagine a single day, rather a single moment without the internet? Definitely your answer will be no. Now coming back to your topic, what is Industry 4.0? This term is specifically used for denoting the industrial revolution that is currently taking place not only in India but also in the entire world. The next question comes, why is it Industry 4.0? Why not 1 or why not 32 or something like that, right? So for this, let me tell you, from the ancient age when mankind has first began its development, like initially he was staying in caves as a nomad. Then he learned civilization, right? Now, accordingly, as mankind developed, so the technology also developed. We all know that necessity is the mother of invention. So human beings learned fire, then human beings learned how to cook, and so on. Now,
Yes.
Industry 1.0, that is the first industrial revolution, which took place somewhere in the later part of 18th century. During this phase, human beings or mankind learned how to derive power from steam-driven or water-driven engines for its manufacturing processes. One such industry that greatly benefited from Industry 1.0 was your textile industry. Then came Industry 2.0. This Industry 2.0, this happened somewhere in the beginning of 19th century. Here, electrification of factories took place. Telegraph was introduced and mass production became the characteristic feature of Industry 2.0. Then came Industry 3.0. This industrial revolution, it took place somewhere in the middle of 19th century. During this phase, we saw an extensive use of computers. We also call this age as digital age or the age of information. Now, finally, we have arrived at Industry 4.0, where along with computation, intelligentization is also one of the key features of all the equipments and machineries. In very simple terms, I can tell you that Industry 4.0 means smart machines, smart factories, smart equipments. Okay. Now, what is the objective of Industry 4.0? To control the value of product life cycle. What is its objective? To ensure production of customized commodities. The four features which support Industry 4.0 are Internet of Things, then we have Industrial Internet, Cloud Manufacturing, and Smart Manufacturing.
Yes,
If
yes.
do you mind, madam, if I say something in my colloquial language
No, no,
in
not at
Bengali?
all. No,
Okay,
no, ma'am. Please,
because
you.
there may be few viewers who are not comfortable with these words. What is intelligentization and digitization?
Definitely, ma'am.
খুব
Please.
সহজ ভাষায় বলতে গেলে ইন্ডাস্ট্রি 4.0-তে আমাদের প্রত্যেকটা মেশিন বা প্রত্যেকটা ইকুইপমেন্ট ডিজিটালের সাথে সাথে বুদ্ধিদীপ্ত হয়ে উঠেছে। তারা বুঝতে পারবে আমরা কি চাই। আমরা এইরকম যদি কোনো সিগন্যাল দিই যে ধরুন আমি কোনো মলে যাচ্ছি, মলে যাওয়ার সাথে সাথে আমি দেখছি আমার গ্লাস ডোরটা খুলে যাচ্ছে, মানে গ্লাস ডোরটা বুঝতে পারছে যে আগন্তুক ওই মলে প্রবেশ করতে চাইছে। I hope it is clear. When I'm entering a mall, suddenly I find the glass doors are separating automatically. I do not need to push open the door. I do not need to slide the door. So this is one very common example of Industry 4.0. I hope it is clear. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You have explained very clearly. I hope our budding students must have understood. So, ma'am, we have heard from you what is Industry 4.0. So, can you just tell us that how Industry 4.0 will be affecting our society, whether it is in positive way or in negative way?
Yes, madam. Definitely, I will explain this view also. Whenever some changes occur in the industry or in rather in any place, it is expected there will be some effects. The effects may be positive as well as negative. Now, as I told you, there are four pillars behind this Industry 4.0. These four pillars are big data, smart factory, Internet of Things, which is also known as IoT, and cyber physical systems. Now, the first question that comes to the mind, what is big data? Throughout the entire world, in every second, or rather in every fraction of a second, several gigabytes of data are being generated. Now, it is required to somehow use all these data either through traditional means or through digital means, because their analysis will help us to develop new, smarter options or new, smarter decisions. খুব সহজ ভাষায় বলি, আমাদের বাড়িতে সবারই কম বেশি করে এনার্জি মিটার আছে। What is the purpose of energy meter? It records the energy consumption. সবাই আমরা ছোটবেলায়, আমি জানি না প্রেজেন্ট জেনারেশন দেখেছেন কিনা, বাট নিশ্চয়ই ম্যাডাম আপনারা আর আমি নিশ্চয়ই দেখেছি যে ছোটবেলায় আমাদের বাড়িতে বাল্ব ইউজ হতো, ইনক্যান্ডেসেন্ট ল্যাম্পস, বাট nowadays we do not find their
Yes,
usage
yes.
anymore. Why? Because their energy consumption is very, very high compared to the use of the compact fluorescent lamps or CFL lamps or the LED lamps that we have in our household. Now, so when we are able to get hold of the huge data that is being recorded by the energy meters, automatically we as engineers can rather develop smarter options so that the solution becomes more efficient for energy consumption point of view. Next, I was talking about smart factory. Smart factory basically means it is the seamless connection of individual processes such that the product which is received in the end, it is customized and according to the needs of the user. In the smart factories, we have smart machines, smart equipments, which are adaptable to environment as well. Next, I was talking about cyber physical systems. Cyber physical system is basically integration of computer, physical systems, and networking. In cyber physical system, it mainly emphasizes on security of the data. কারণ হতেই পারে আমার ডেটা অন্য কোনো কোম্পানি হ্যাক করে নিল, সে তারপর আমার থেকে বেটার কোনো ডিভাইসেস হয়তো তৈরি করে দিতেই পারে. So cyber physical systems comes over there. Next, I was talking about Internet of Things. When Internet first came into the market, we had Internet for anyone at any place, at any time.
Exactly.
Nowadays, it is
Exactly.
Internet for not only anyone, but it is for anything at any place at any time. Not only human beings are connected through interfacing devices to the internet, but we also have non-living objects, that is the equipments and the machines which are connected to the internet. Just now I gave you an example of a sliding door which opens automatically on sensing the footsteps of a entrant. So there must be some sensor over there which will be sensing that yes, some person is coming over here near the door. It will provide a signal that please door you now open. Okay, so here comes your Internet of Things.
Yes,
According
yes,
to
yes.
Gartner, it is expected that by the end of 2022, at least 30 million devices will be globally connected to the internet. So based
Great.
on this fact, I can say that there will be, in fact, we are observing that there is a rapid development in four different technological areas. One, I have already told you, is big data, artificial intelligence, then cloud technology, and ubiquitous availability of high speed mobile internet. New applications with this are arising. It ranges from personal mobile management to healthcare as well. Now, almost 50% of the companies, they have, they are expecting that automation will lead to a certain reduction in full-time hour services. At the same time, 38% of the companies globally, they are expecting that the workforce will be developing to some new roles. It is expected that if there is a decrease of about approximately 0.98 million jobs, then there will be at least new 1.74 million jobs. Now, to get ready for these newer roles, for these newer jobs, new techniques, new cutting edge technologies, they must be adopted by the budding engineers. They must be adopted by the present engineers who are still in employment. The new roles, it can be of data analyst, it can be of data scientist, we can have human machine interface designer. Means, like for instance, I am speaking in English, you are understanding. Okay, you are understanding my language. But how will a machine understand what I am speaking? So there
Yes.
must be a sort of translator. কেউ একজন
Yeah.
মাঝখানে থাকবে যে মানুষের কথাবার্তাকে একটা মেশিনের বোঝার মতন উপযুক্ত করে দেবে. That is called your human machine interface. Then we will be having robots, the control portion of these robots that will be requiring fresh trained engineers. We will be having new automation experts. So these are some of the new areas where the employment of engineers will be required. And accordingly, the engineers have to prepare themselves to serve the needs. I hope I'm able to explain it, ma'am.
Yes,
Over
you
to
have
you.
explained
Over to
this
you,
very
ma'am.
clearly. I hope the young generation must have understood that there are far more advantages and positivity of Industry 4.0. Now let us watch a
Before
small
you
video.
say one more, I will just interrupt one more. Very sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
No,
One more
no,
thing
ma'am.
I would like to share, since you wanted to know what is the effect of this Industry 4.0 on mankind. So I would just like to highlight one more feature that recently that we have two bodies or organizations in India. One is EEPC and the other is DHI. They are extensively promoting this Industry 4.0 for digitization of India. Okay, so based on this, there are right now four centers. Their new venture that is called Samarth. Then Samarth, under Samarth, we are having Udyog Bharat 4.0, which is basically targeted at Industry 4.0. Right
Okay.
now, there are four centers in India. One is based in Pune, one is based in IIT Delhi. We are having another one, I think, at IISc Bangalore, and the fourth one at CMTI. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for such an enriching information, Ayindrila ma'am. Now we would be watching a small video.
Ayindrila Roy. I graduated in 2009 from Techno India College of Technology. It was a wonderful journey. The faculty at Techno India College of Technology is very knowledgeable. They're very helpful. They're there to assist you. They're a great resource. They will motivate you towards your success. So please, please follow their path. Just to give you a brief introduction of myself, after completing my graduation in 2009, I moved to Canada, Edmonton. I moved to Canada to pursue my master's in electronics and communication. After my first year, I dropped out. Yes, I dropped out. I was hired as a HSC supervisor at Edmonton Convention Center. I spent 4 years. Then I was hired as a training specialist at the city of Edmonton. I spent 7 wonderful years with them, helped me to grow. Eventually, I started working with Alstom about a year ago. I started off as an operations supervisor, and now I'm the American lead in training and operations. I'm currently working on 3 projects: Edmonton, Calgary, and Toronto, in various departments, from training to overhead catenary system, engineering, commissioning, testing. I'm there. One thing I'll tell you, I was a very, very average student. There is nothing wrong being average. What I'll tell you is, always eye for excellence. Do not settle for anything less. I'm asking you guys, do not set out for anything less. Keep working at it. You will achieve it. COVID is tough. It hasn't affected me in my career. But whatever you set out for, keep working at it. Stay focused. Hopefully one of these days I'll come by Techno India College of Technology and say hi.
Okay, the another question which young generation has is like how electrical engineering, as we are from engineering background, will be affected by Industry 4.0 revolution.
It's really a very relevant question concerning Industry 4.0. First of all, let me tell you, ma'am, the proportion of core skills that is required to perform a particular job, that is expected to remain the same. We all know that electrical engineering is considered as one of the mother branches. what we can expect is, in addition to the knowledge of electrical engineering, the students or the electrical engineering students, they should upgrade themselves with some extra knowledge that is required to adopt the technologies associated with Industry 4.0. Now, it is expected, or we can say, as I have already said, that big data, then data analysts, these are some of the arenas which will
Yes.
demand a huge employment for the engineers. Now,
Yes.
suppose if an electrical engineer wants to pursue his career in, let us say, power industry, okay, or let us say an electrical engineer wants to pursue his career in electric vehicles, then definitely, along with the knowledge of electrical engineering, he needs to adopt the new technologies that are associated with Industry 4.0 as well. Since I have been regularly visiting this Rajarhat Newtown area, very often, in fact, most of the people who visit that area, you will notice in the bus stop, there is an LCD display which says
Yes. Yes.
when the next bus will be available, when the next
Yeah.
bus has
Very
left,
good.
what is the distance that is between the next available bus in a particular route. So all these are arenas of Industry 4.0. Now, very recently, we have also seen launch of electric buses in Kolkata. Now, you cannot expect that without having a basic knowledge of electrical engineering in motors, in power sector, you cannot simply adopt this modernized technologies that are required in Industry 4.0. There are various aspects of Industry 4.0 where different types of engineers are supposed to work. Now, to be more elaborate, a few years ago, when wireless sensing network came into the market, all these sensors, they have an ambient amount of intelligence imbibed in them. Okay. But to effectively use these networks, definitely we require the knowledge of basic engineering. If we want to employ wireless sensing networks in, let us say, in a power industry, okay, which will record or which will sense the different parameters and then send to the remote terminal unit, then definitely we require to know, or we require the knowledge of electrical engineering as well. So as I told you, although we are instilling intelligence in the non-living equipments, still we cannot replace the basic intelligence which is present in the mankind. I'm talking about the creative intelligence, the social
Yes.
intelligence. These
Exactly.
are some of the irreplaceable parts which even the equipments cannot do. Creative intelligence, it is not possible till now to imbibe in the equipments. Equipments may become intelligent in the sense they will know this is how I have to respond when this set of conditions exist. Okay, but they cannot become creative intelligent. So that's why I said that the demand of electrical engineers, it will not subside. Instead, it will grow. But definitely, there are some new skills that the electrical engineers need to adopt so that they become ready for Industry 4.0. I hope I'm able to explain, ma'am. Hello, am I
Yes.
audible, ma'am?
Thank you. Yes. 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 You are audible, and you have explained us very nicely. Uh, Now let us watch another small interesting video.
Roy Choudhury. Thank you for this opportunity to say a few words. I have graduated in electrical engineering in the year 2009 from Techno International Newtown, formerly known as Techno India College of Technology. Currently, I am working with WPDCL, West Bengal Power Development Corporation Limited, as Assistant Manager Power Station. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for facilitating such a positive learning environment. We really enjoyed every bit of it, be it practical lab sessions or routine theory classes. Thank you for the warm and welcoming nature which invited us all to ask more questions. Thank you for being so encouraging and doing everything possible to keep us motivated and supported throughout and beyond our 4-year program.
Uh, Ma'am, we have almost come to the end of the program, but before we end, I would like to ask you the last question. Can you just tell us how the future electrical students will prepare themselves to accommodate in Industry 4.0?
Okay. But before answering that, let me tell you that the affiliating bodies like Macaut and AICT, they have already revised their existing syllabus. Okay. And new courses such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these have been already included. Embedded systems, all these have been already included in electrical engineering. A few years back, I'm sure if in the era of our parents, I don't think they had all these courses in their electrical engineering, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Apart from that, higher education should imbibe innovation. Now, already the teaching fraternity are aware of MOOCs, okay, the platform where the students can pursue new courses beyond their syllabus to get themselves upgraded. Moreover, in our institution also, we have arranged for special trainings to bridge the industry academia gap by, for instance, recently we have organized a training on IoT, Internet of Things. And at the end of that particular training, the students were asked to participate in a live project competition, okay, which the students found very interesting. And not only this, with the help of such trainings, the students will also be able to strengthen their innovativeness, which is very, very essential at this stage in their projects. Because we all are aware that whenever we are performing a project, there are two motives, either product development or paper publication. And both of them require innovativeness, which is an essential feature of Industry 4.0 as well. So that's all I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to share with you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ayindrila ma'am, for sharing us such a knowledgeable information. I hope all our budding students they must have enriched themselves with this knowledge. So, with this, I would like to end the program. I good night to all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, everyone. Thank you.